Alright, what'd you guys turn secant squared t into? Reciprocal identity? What is it? 1 over cosine squared t minus 1 over sine squared t. Okay, so we just used the reciprocal identity. We just did the problem, right? Now, instead of actually using the left side, right? We're now working on the right side, and I kind of gave you a tip. You can turn it upside down and kind of see the different things we already did. Okay, so we already did the reciprocal identity. What are we going to do now? The quotient identity. What are we going to multiply on this side? Sine over cosine, someone says. And how about this side? Cosine over sine. Let's see what happens. Uh-oh. Does that cancel what we need? No. Let's try it again. Let's try this way. Cosine over sine. Sine over cosine. Let's see if that works. Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have cosine of t over sine of t, and you really have two cosines. So if you can't see that, feel free to write them out like I just did. And I have a sine of t over two sines and a cosine. I just separated, right? Okay, so what happens? This is not going well, is it? Cosines cancel out. My sines cancel out. Now I'm left with no, that's not working well. 1 over, I know why. We can't do that. Because it's not the same, right? Oh. Someone said something. What can we multiply it by? Sine over sine? It's a sin to say sin. Sine over sine? Yeah. I waste a lot of red ink when I grade those quizzes and tests. Okay, you said to multiply this one by what?
Sine squared.
Sine squared?
Yeah.
And how about this side? Okay. Why'd you do that? Okay, we got a common denominator. Do we have to have it be squared? I think it's just sine.
But that wouldn't it just be?
Watch. Because now you have sine of t over. No, you're right. Sine squared, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, you were right. So you have two sines, and then you have, I don't know. It helps me to write out all the sines and cosines. Okay, and then this side will be two cosines and two sine of t's. I just keep thinking of Costco. Okay, so let's review. We did reciprocal identity, and then I can multiply any expression times 1. Focus, focus. What happens to one pair of my sine and cosines? What happens to this sine and this cosine? What does that become? Tangent. You see, we had too many sines. Do you guys see that? I don't need that one. Sine t, cosine t. And then, class, what is sine over cosine? Cotangent. Did I write the problem wrong? No, it says cosine t. We said we had an extra pair of cosines, right? We didn't need it? We're off. So now I have a common denominator, right? So now I can write one fraction tangent minus cotangent of t. This is wrong. Over sine of t cosine of t. Oh, that's complicated. I know why. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
Okay. How's it stop? Did it freeze?